is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Yeah, we open. All right, everybody. I guess we're doing the fucking show now. 30 seconds
Does
in.
that count?
I censored myself, so no, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, I'm Jake. That's Tyler. This is Off Panel Off Topic.
I'm Tyler.
Number 238.
238.
And tonight, there's going to be a couple of stories, but it's mostly going to... Well, first, I got to go on a tirade. Because I had an experience this weekend that... It was one of those... I had fun and I enjoyed myself, but I didn't want to admit to Tyler that he was right about something. So we'll talk about that. But we also have Jesse Ventura to properly weigh in on the times we live on. That clip is going to be I'm not going to play the full clip because it's like an 8-minute video. I did find an edited version from like a local Minnesota station on YouTube. So I want to kind of play parts of it and kind of talk about it. And then we got to do something that I thought we would have done earlier in the show, but I'm not in the nature of holding back anymore. So Rest in Piss will be our first one this week too. So
Okay, cool.
and then we'll do comics. So before we do anything, we're gonna whip this thing out, and it's gonna be extra fucking long. And you're saying what could be extra long?
A foot long.
This vamping session while I try and get this stupid thing.
Yeah, I thought you hooked it up, but oh, there we go. So you need to turn that up and this down.
It's a long box.
Yes.
All right. Anyway,
I'm an audio engineer.
sure.
Okay.
Sure you are.
I produce radio shows.
Sure you are, buddy. Our headphones were too loud. That's
No, they're not.
for me. They were.
I can't hear myself.
You can hear yourself. I love how I'm telling you that you can hear yourself.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
an ICE agent? Or that where you are now? Tell me how I feel.
Yeah. Before we talk about that, today's long box.
Yes.
Tonight's long box, whatever you want to say.
Yes.
It is interesting, to say the least. So for Christmas, we got our son some Legos because he's now starting to gain an interest in Legos.
I've been buying him Duplos for about 3 years.
I don't even think it's so much that's part of it, but I think it's also he really likes Lego Batman, that movie. So
it's good movie.
it's a funny ass movie for sure. And
Hawkeye, Green Lantern. What?
like Iowa Hawkeyes because you have the yellow one and the black one.
Also, it wouldn't be Green Lantern. It was
Yeah.
the Iowa Hawkeye Lantern.
Anyway, so we got, and he also watches me play Marvel Rivals sometimes, and I usually played it. Like he gained an obsession with Venom, so we found a Venom. More like we because we were together.
Mm-hmm.
We found him a Venom set that also had a Miles Morales one with like a hoodie one that he doesn't have. So, I built that over the weekend, and it was like a drug. Like I took my first hit of Lego, and I built that set, and it was funny, and I think it was good that I started with a smaller set to kind of get in the groove of, because I never really built Legos before.
Get into the groove.
So then I came downstairs and I found the Tumblr Batmobile that you bought me for my birthday for like 3 years ago. And I never finished it, and I said, "Fuck it." I did, and I broke it up completely and started fresh. Because I'm like, I don't care how far I got. I need to start over.
Tell us what you did first, which is...
I made the cardinal mistake of... Because usually these bigger sets like this, these more complicated ones, they have you have to work on bags. So they're numbered, like 1 to 5
Easiest way to do it, yes.
And it's like work at it at a time.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out the piece I wanted in the one bag, even though I'm pretty sure it was in there. I just didn't look hard enough. And then I opened up another bag, and then I opened all the bags at once. I made a mistake. So then I split it up by color, which the problem is this is the Dark Knight Batmobile, so it's just black.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with that. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just split it up this way. So then I put the gray, some like darker gray, light gray, black, and then I left the smaller pieces by themselves too. So then I only crashed out like 2 or 3 times. It was an all-day thing because I had to take a break at some point because I built it correctly except one thing, and it was one thing where I couldn't figure it out. And with Legos, it's never just one thing because it's all supposed to fit together.
Well,
so when one thing,
math, and if
it was
you don't have the right height to, like, if you're,
what the problem was, it was too wide.
Right. If you're putting, like, for example, if you're putting like a one of those pieces that fits over like an edge.
Yeah.
And you need to put it in a certain spot. If you don't put the right layer in, then it's not wide
Yeah,
enough.
that's what happened. There was a couple of those round pegs that
Yes.
I missed a couple of those, and that's what kind of messed
It
up.
happens.
So I had to tag out and tag my wife in because she's like, let me look at this and see what you messed up. And she fixed it. And then she's like, here. And I go, because I was like, well, don't build. I want to build it. She's like, okay, well, let me help. So she got to a certain point, then I finished it. I get to the end of it, and it's one of those things where I was trying to clip it onto the back of the Batmobile, and it wasn't a brick stack. It was one of those things, because a lot of them, they have hooks where you just set these bars in there so it can move. It's like a flap. And I was trying to stick it in there. It wouldn't stick. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm trying not to break this fucking thing. But then I'm also like, fucking go on here. So I try and do that. Shatters that piece and the other piece. So then I have to rebuild the things that I just fucking built, which is like literally Einstein's insanity right there.
Einstein's insanity.
Definitely. Like, do you really think you're going to get this done? Keep doing this shit over again?
Schrodinger's Lego.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it built or is it dead?
But long story short, I got it finished, and this is where I wanted to get to. My problem is, I liked it a lot, and I understand why Legos are so popular and people like them, because there is a runner's high of building a set.
You need to come with me to Lego night.
Oh, yeah, I would love to go to those, because then I can just not spend any more money. Like, I'd maybe spend like money on like a drink or two, and then be done.
Well, you build the Legos, and then you bring them back to them.
That's what I'm saying. And then I could just give it to them, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I
wish I could do that.
But my big problem is, and I don't want to kind of beat a dead horse, because we have talked about it on the show before, but it is frustrating to me when I'm like, this is an interesting hobby that I'd want to take off, but it's not just Lego, it's also where we're at in this country right now. But it's just like, how fucking annoying is that to discourage me, like to discourage someone who wants to take part in this hobby and enjoy this hobby, and like you have said, is a brand that builds its whole thing of like, we like kids and adults, people of all ages, to be able to play with this, and it is this thing where anybody can play with a Lego, right? But then you continue to price everybody out of your fucking product all the time. Like, I was just out of curiosity, because I was like, you know what would be fun if I would build every single Batmobile, and I know there's a Lego set for every Batmobile. I was like, I could do that. That'd be fun. And I look up one, and if I don't look up the right set, there's a difference there's like a $40 difference. Mm-hmm. Because like you were saying, oh no, there's some cheaper sets that aren't this, because I was like, it was $100.
Well, they're supposed to come out recently. I haven't seen them.
Motherfucker, there is a set out there that is just the Marvel logo with a couple other minis that's $100. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Like, that is, and I wanted that set. I was like, that is something I would love to build and display, but I'm not going to spend $100 on it because it's asinine. If it were super complex and there were all these different panels and things like this, but no, it's just a big red block with white letters on it. Fuck off. I'm not spending $100 for the name. As much as I love Marvel, it's not worth it.
No.
And imagine if that were my son and I had to be like, no, we can't, son, because these greedy fucks.
Well, the worst part, like, okay, so my ex, we built Legos together, and she would do the Friends sets.
Oh, and stuff like that.
And I envied the shit out of her, because the city sets don't really interest me as much as the licensed stuff.
Yeah.
But this Friends sets, like, you could get like a giant like cruise ship that's like 1,000 pieces for like $50. And why? Because they don't have to pay the licensing fees. That is why every single like Marvel, Star Wars, it's all Disney, of course.
Yeah.
But that is why they're so expensive.
Uh-huh. Oh, and they do it in like I say with like I said with Marvel Rivals. They do it with that too, where they're like most skins are at a certain price, but those MCU skins, because you slapped Disney's stamp of approval on it, and it has to be that price more. Because I could guarantee you that is Disney saying, well, if they want to look like Thor from Thor: Love and Thunder, then it's got to be $10 more than they normally would, or some shit like that.
Stupid, really stupid. Right now, there's a set out called Cobb Vanth Speeder. And it's Cobb Vanth from The Mandalorian, and the other minifigure is the dude Cad Bane, right? And it's like, oh, that's cool. That's really neat. And you look, and it's 200 pieces. The set is $35. No, that's a fucking $20 set because it's 200 fucking pieces.
Yeah.
You guys take the hit on the licensing fees. I am tired of all of us taking the fucking hit because a motherfucker sitting in a big ass fucking office somewhere wants more.
Yeah. And it's always them. It's always the greedy corporations.
There's way more of us than there are of them, man.
I want to be very clear. You are right.
Armed revolution. Oh.
No, you are right.
Sorry.
It's not 100%. It's not 100% on Lego. I think that it's fair. I think you're right. It has more to do with the license of having Star Wars on it, or Marvel on it, or DC, or whatever.
Wicked.
So I understand that,
Mario.
and you're 100% right. But you're right that they should have these companies like it. There needs to be we need to just stand up to this shit, and it's getting to a point now where we have to be honest with ourselves. And I'm not just look. I never expect this podcast to make money or take any sponsorship, so I have no problem calling out these fucking greedy assholes.
Fuck you.
Fuck Disney.
Yeah.
Fuck all of these fuck these corporations like Target and Walmart that fucking jack up their prices. And you know they do it, and then they do it, and then they fucking don't even spit on their dick while they're fucking you over.
Wow. And
every corporation does it. And I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. I am sick and tired of it. Why do we accept this? We talk about the free market, and we talk about all this. Why do we allow this to happen? Why do we keep
we're all
fucking
afraid
doing
because
it?
Nobody has stood up.
Sorry, was that too graphic when I was talking about that?
No, not at all. No, but like my pricing as far as Legos goes, like you have to give me. Like, if you're expecting me to pay $100 for a set, I don't give a shit if it's licensed or not. You better be giving me somewhere between 900 and 1,000 pieces.
And honestly, the Venom set it was like $15, and it was a smaller set, and like that pricing does not bother me. I'm like, that's not bad.
To be honest, those should be 10.
10 or 50.
Because most of those have under 100 pieces.
And it's meant for it's an easier set for get kids into it.
Oh my God, they had a Star Wars 4+ set. And what those are is they're for younger. They're
like my son's age. Yeah.
Kind of like graduating from Duplo, but not quite. Like it's not as advanced, but they're smaller pieces and they're regular Legos, whatever. It was a Star Wars Jedi Academy set, and it was a 4+, and it was like, I don't know, 168 pieces. It was $50 fucking. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you, dude. Yeah.
Everybody does it.
If I'm gonna get my tweeter twacked by a Lego sweat, by a Lego set, I said Lego sweat.
You get them Lego sweats, man. And you know what? I'm saying this.
I need at least 500 pieces for me to get any sort of buzz off that shit. All right.
Well, it's the same. It just comes. It's like I said to my wife. The thing that frustrates me about it is like it is so like this world sucks so much.
Oh yeah.
And we should have hobbies and be allowed to enjoy hobbies without getting tearing a hole in our wallets. These Lego doesn't need our money. Like they don't need it.
Let me tell you something even worse. I bought this liquid death shit today because it's called Killer Cola, and it's not bad. But when you can see, if you're listening right now, stop what you're doing, pull over, and look up Liquid Death and look at their marketing and their branding.
It's awesome.
Right.
They're cool.
I'm not fucking kidding you. I had to show my ID at Hy-Vee to buy this shit.
Why? It's water.
Yeah. But because some fucking douchebag in a Hy-Vee front offices was like, that's satanic.
Oh my god. This country's so stupid.
Let me do a quick defense real quick. Let me do a quick pivot. I also did buy some Epsom salts.
Then
Is that why it was Epsom salts?
Not for that.
Oh, see, I gotta tell you something. This was an illustration perfectly of what should be done when you are called out or you realize you made a mistake. Like I was talking to you and telling you about this horrific story that just got you all right, and then I realized while I was telling you, maybe it was the Epsom salts, right?
I can't believe that.
No, hang on. But how many of these fucking right-wing agitators and these fucking news motherfuckers on Fox and fucking whatever, how many of these fuckers will ever say, you know what, I made a mistake? And I have to say,
0.
I made a mistake because clearly I was getting carded for Epsom salts, which I never occurred to me. Because anybody who takes Epsom salts to get high is a fucking moron. And eats raw chicken.
Isn't that like the smelling salts?
No. That's the shit you put in the bath.
Smelling salts. I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Smelling salts, but
you're thinking of baths. I'm an idiot.
Bath salts, yeah. But people were like using them for stupid shit.
I want to just say it now.
Sorry, just a tangent.
I want to apologize that we were coming in hot this episode, and it's gonna get.
Well, an American citizen got murdered by the Gestapo on the street this past week, so I'm a little ticked off.
And that's one way to segue.
Because we fucking told you so.
So the reason we're talking about it on this show, we usually
not you, but
and if you're you don't want us to do politics, I'm sorry, we can't. Look, we have a platform and we're gonna fucking speak our minds. That's just what it is. So if you're pissy about it and you don't like it, that's your opinion.
The Constitution of the United States guarantees me the right to say fuck the president and fuck the government. This entire nation was founded on the principle that I can say no to authority. That is exactly it. Boil it all down.
And if I wanted to, I could burn
Mayflower.
I could burn the flag because that's my First Amendment right as an American.
Well, not anymore because I believe they criminalized it now under Trump.
But they tried to, but the Supreme Court actually did something this time.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're corrupt because we're here, which we should.
But
be here.
but they're like, hey, racial profiling's fine. Look it up.
Yeah, it's true.
So yes, as Tyler was mentioning, Renee Good was shot down by a cowardice piece of shit, who after shooting her called her a bitch. Who the president is trying to tell you to ignore your lying eyes when you see a man who had no real threat to his life gun down someone from me to Tyler, like literally from me to Tyler at the end of this $50 card table that's broken.
The final command of the party was to reject the overwhelming evidence of your eyes and ears. George Orwell, 1984.
The book these fucking losers like to quote a lot, but don't really follow the fucking message.
Oh, did you see Kristi Noem has a Nazi slogan on her podium now? One of ours, all of yours. You didn't see that? She's got it on her fucking podium. They're not even... U.S. Department of Labor daily puts out all sorts of fucking...
Yeah.
Gestapo type the U.S. Department of fucking Labor Twitter account. Do you understand where we're at?
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so our hero.
I had to share this with you.
Our hero.
Jesse.
Yes, Jesse the Body Ventura. Yeah, buddy. In a world of Hulk Hogan's, be a Jesse the Body.
Fuck yeah.
Look. I know we've said it on this show. He's a complicated guy with the 9/11 bullshit and all of his conspiracy theories.
My friends died face down in the muck.
In the muck. Buck. Oh. Anyway.
It's
why would I apologize?
Why we do it is because no shit.
I'm trying to get a little bit of brevity before we get into it.
Jake and I have a lot of respect. And we like Jesse Ventura a lot. I have no doubt that the guy is the same way he is in real life, right? There's no.
He's genuine.
I don't doubt that he's just like that.
Yeah, this is the dude. Yeah.
If you walked out, you'd be like, "It's nice to meet you, fellas," and I really, you know what I mean?
And
it'd be super fucking cool.
My favorite thing about this, and I wanted to start a little bit hard edge and tell you, like,
also he named himself the Body, which is just awesome.
And Jesse Ventura. Because Ventura isn't even his real last name, I'm pretty sure. because he's from his whole character is from Ventura Beach.
Yep. He's from Minnesota.
Okay, I wanted to look.
Listen here.
What happened was it was a tragic event, and I want to treat that. And I think we have
did.
for the
We
most
moved
part.
on
We
it.
did.
Yes.
So we're gonna try and have a little bit of levity here, but
Yes.
but I really
For
want
God's sake.
I really want you to pay attention to what he's saying because everything he's saying is true.
Yes.
And it's 4.5 minutes. We're gonna break it up and talk a little bit here and there. We're not gonna play the whole thing by its unabated.
Bullshit. I'm going to have a cigarette. Oh.
But no, I want to kind of and I want to let you guys know you have my permission to kind of. We got through the hard part of this, and we're gonna enjoy a little bit of this because look,
let's take a deep breath.
as seriously as this as the things that he is saying, I can't help but chuckle at him sometimes because he still leans into his Jessiness.
Yes.
And at one point, he goes, "You want to know why?
Yes.
Because I've been there."
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
How did it go? Did you talk to principal, school administrators? I just talked to everyone in there and told them how proud I was of them standing up to
Turn your
the
phone up.
draft-dodging cowards Gestapo.
There you go.
And you felt like there was progress? Did it make you feel better to have that conversation, or what would you say? No, I'm just saying as a graduate of Roosevelt High School and as the former governor of Minnesota, I'm so proud of Roosevelt High School and how they stood up for what is supposed to be America and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And freedom is not arresting people without warrants. We have a system here. It's called a Constitution. And we have a party, the Republicans, who don't seem to want to abide by the Constitution. January 6th is a prime example of that. And now they're all free and they're in charge. You know what? Maybe it's time for Jesse. I only did one term. I'm owed a second.
This guy.
Yeah. I'm going to run through a brick wall for you right now.
But this guy.
Goddamn.
But this guy.
I'm owed a second.
He cannot help but be a pro wrestler, man. He just fucking can't.
Yes.
All these wrestlers.
Every reporter looks like Mean Gene Okerlund to him.
I swear,
Man, woman, child. They all look like a bald dude with a mustache.
Some of these wrestlers, they get to a certain age that they didn't think they'd make because wrestlers die young. That's just what happens. And they get to a point where like, oh man, I can't help but cut a fucking promo on everybody I talk to. Because, like, it's a serious thing, and he is making a great point, but damn it. You know what? I'm owed a second. He took that whole time. First of all, I went to Roosevelt High School. I was in the muck.
Before we move on.
Yeah. There's more to this.
Before we move on, there was a writer for Slate. This should scare the shit out of you. Who is virulently anti-Trump and has been very critical of all of the policies and everything. And she got hired by ICE. Literally, they don't even know who they're hiring. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They're hiring whoever applies.
Yeah.
That should scare the shit out of you that they're doing no background checks.
Like, oh, this guy's a Nazi.
Right, or a pedophile. I mean, fucking Christ.
Oh, who fucking cares? Our president's a pedophile.
In Minnesota right now, they're fucking abducting women off the street and being detained for hours with nobody knows where they're at. I mean, for all we know, they're being trafficked.
Yeah.
This is the whole fucking end game is to kidnap citizens off the street to traffic them for Trump's fucking trafficking shit that he took over from Epstein. Let's not fucking play around anymore.
Hey, also,
it's still going on.
Hey,
who runs it, Mr. Trump?
I love how you still went a little Jesse. It's still going on.
It's still going on. And I'm owed a second.
Sorry.
I think I'm so fucking angry.
Hey.
I'm so fucking angry right now.
Real quick.
Inside.
Hey, buddy, bringing you back to reality here. My
I had to sigh. Let me have some licorice.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I had a point, but fuck it.
Did I fuck it up?
No, it's fine.
All right.
Let's get back to Jesse.
Yes.
You want to know something? I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now.
Yes.
You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf. Right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, They have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and went under dictatorship. We went from nobody to a guy with a machine gun on every corner. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here.
Yeah, 100% right. 100% right. But again, he still does his Jesse-isms, and I can't help it.
You want to know something?
I was in the Philippines when Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law, buddy. I know a thing or two about him.
I just appreciate.
Keep
that.
calling him Draft Dodger. Oh, so good. Coming from a fucking vet, that's great. That is great.
Well, look, whether you like it or not, like this is the.
I'll say it again. In a world of Hulk Hogan's, be a Jesse Ventura.
In America, I have never been required as a citizen born in this country to show my papers or my identification for walking around. That right there should make every American say, fuck that fucking noise. It should have never even come to somebody getting killed or people being detained. It should have come when the first fucking white asshole was like, I'm sorry, what did you ask me?
Yeah. Jesse's, this motherfucker, by the way, this is 8 minutes, and I'm doing a shorter version.
Read history. You'll learn from history.
Yeah. Imagine a class taught by him.
This is nothing new. This is all repeated. This is a game plan, it looks like to me, of what's going on here.
I'm sorry, but I need to get a drop of him just going, this looks like a game plan. Coach, what's this?
This looks like a...
How dare. Minnesota, we'll take care of ourselves. We don't need federal troops coming in here without warrants.
Some people have said this undermines local law enforcement.
It undermines the entire Constitution.
Yes.
The military cannot be turned loose unless it's a national emergency. They're going to tell me this is a national emergency? I went to school here. I'm a 1969 graduate of Minneapolis Roosevelt. I'm proud of them for what they did. They made me proud as an alumni. Go Teddies. I held 3 school records in swimming.
Yes.
2 District 17 records. Our football team was undefeated.
Of course.
I also happened to smite a dragon while I was here.
I was so hoping you got the part where he talks about his school
Why
records.
is he talking about?
We went undefeated. I threw for 16 touchdowns. Go Teddies.
Also, Roosevelt High School being called the Teddies is pretty funny.
If that's what your real name is, that's hilarious.
Or maybe that's probably a nickname, but that's funny.
You supporting Governor Walz and Mayor Frey the way they've been outspoken towards?
Absolutely. Good for them and good for these people that stood up. They're teaching their students something, that we are a country, that we have to be a country of law and a country of the Constitution. Mm-hmm. They're all forgetting about the Constitution of the United States of America. We don't even have it anymore. After January 6th, are you kidding me? And then they all get turned loose, and now they're in charge? I gave up on this country.
Yeah, me too.
When this guy I haven't even watched the news since last November.
Sorry. I'm imagining Jesse Ventura coming out of media hibernation.
All you got to do is be like, people who justify the shooting talk about complying with the rule of law, and if you're assaulting, cops, which he was not, and he is not a cop, that you deserve, you deserve what you get or whatever. These are the same people who beat the shit out of Capitol cops a year ago.
Yeah.
Not a year ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. God.
Awful fucking silent. Awful fucking silent.
Yeah, and where are all the fuck faces who are like, Second Amendment, in case tyrannical government? Yeah, it's here, motherfucker. Where are you?
No, you don't understand. It's for the woke liberals now. That was what our founding fathers were talking about.
Can you just admit that you have a love affair
So,
with guns and it's disgusting?
Jesse being Jesse drops the hardest bars here at the end. Of course.
I stumbled onto this, and now look what you've done to me.
Well, thank you for stopping. I appreciate it.
Here I was leading a nice, quiet life, and now you've injected me back in here, and probably going to make me the governor of Minnesota again.
And you seem fired up and motivated.
Because somebody needs to clean up what the Democrats and Republicans constantly wreck. And you notice I lump them together. You know, I should use my old name for them, the Democrips and the Republicans, which my apologies to the Crips and Bloods for using their name in that way.
Ah! Dude, you realize how hard that goes to be like, with apologies to the Crips and the Bloods. Fuck.
Oh, my God. Oh, let me just touch my nipples.
Also, shout out to the mayor of Minneapolis saying what ICE needs to hear. Get the fuck out of our city. Mm-hmm. Get the fuck out of our country.
Yeah, and FBI, don't think we didn't notice that you fucking completely disregarded the chain of evidence command and will never, ever, ever know what really happened because you drove the fucking murder vehicle out of town with the window wide open on a residential street. Thank you for that.
Hey, and if we want to talk about kicking anybody out of our country, we'd be kicking these ICE motherfuckers out.
How about billionaires? How about get the fuck out of here?
Because I'll tell you what the problem is with this country. It ain't brown people. It ain't black people. It ain't gay people. It ain't trans people.
Huh.
It's white people.
Yeah.
White supremacists.
Wow.
That's our problem.
Huh.
Not us, because we're the good whites.
Can I
the good whites.
Before we move on to the other stuff.
Yeah. One more thing. One more thing to well, yeah, no, we're done with that.
But before we move on to something else.
We need that as a...
I just want to have this. So I bought these Wiley Wallaby soft and chewy minis, right? Mm. And I love them, right? And I'm just like sitting here and I'm looking at the package. And somebody in the marketing department thought, we need to put something on here in case somebody's like, I'm on the fence. What exactly would I use these for? We need to have something that shows, and there's a little thing that says minis are perfect for, and it gives you a list. Games and activities.
Why are you reading this right now?
Road trip, because it's stupid.
Hey,
I want to buy these. I don't need to know where to fucking eat them.
Hey, let me
How about if I eat them on the toilet? How about if I eat them while I'm taking a shit?
Can we move on? I'm done with this bit. Because I want some.
Fuck you.
All right, so for the first ever recipient of our newly... Because you know what? I've decided in 2026 I don't give a shit anymore. And we're going to start just being mean. Because fuck these people.
Fuck.
Similar to Charlie... Similar to the stuff with Charlie Kirk.
Maybe our new theme song should be... Sorry.
Let me get to my thing. What I was going to say, similar to Charlie Kirk, I'm not going to let people whitewash a shitty human being. All right? I'm not going to do it. And I'll preface this by saying the same thing I said about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to get shot. Also, Scott Adams didn't deserve to have cancer and die. However, in this case, big win for cancer. Because fuck that asshole. Rest in piss. Why would Jake Williams say, the Dilbert cartoonist? Why would you be so cruel about his death? Well,
because the last 10 years of his life, he decided to be a gigantic piece of shit.
And here's the thing, Tyler. Here's my rule about respecting the dead. If you are a good person, I will mourn and grieve and respect your death. But if you're someone like Scott Adams...
Or Rush Limbaugh.
Or Charlie Kirk, fuck you.
Yeah.
You are an asshole in life.
Or Hulk Hogan.
You are an asshole in life, and I piss on your grave. So, rest in piss, Scott Adams. Why would I say that? What makes him a candidate?
Let's talk
I have a few quotes. Some of them are a little long, but I want you to hear it in full context. He had a long-running blog, and he was talking about the Holocaust, as one does.
Yeah, he's a Holocaust denier.
Quote, I'd also like to know how the Holocaust death total of 6 million, this is back in 2006, 6 million was determined. It is a sort of a number that is so well documented with actual names and perhaps a Nazi paper trail that no historian could doubt its accuracy, give or take 10,000. Stop. Full stop. Shut the fuck up. Why does it matter? Why do you need to know? What you need to know is People needlessly died.
Is that the whole quote?
There's more. Or is it like every other LRN, large round number, that someone pulled out of his ass and it became true by repetition? Does the figure include resistance fighters and civilians who died in the normal course of war, or just the Jews rounded up and killed systematically? No reasonable person doubts the Holocaust happened, but wouldn't you like to know how the exact number was calculated, just for context? Without the context, I don't know if I could lump the people who think the Holocaust might have been exaggerated for political purposes with the Holocaust deniers. If they are equally nuts, I'd like to know that. I want context. What are you talking about?
I think at that point you need to tell yourself, I need a fucking new hobby.
If you are thinking about the Holocaust and then thinking in that way of like, well, what's the exact number? It doesn't matter.
No.
People were needlessly murdered. That's all you need to know. We need a specific... It doesn't change the atrocity, you fucking idiot. Next quote. This is about women. Back in 2011, on the same blog. Women are treated differently by society for exactly the same reason that children and the mentally handicapped are treated differently.
Jesus.
It's just easier this way for everyone. You don't argue with a 4-year-old about why he shouldn't eat candy for dinner. You don't punch a mentally handicapped guy if he punches you first, and you don't argue with you don't argue when a woman tells you she's only makes 80 cents to your dollar. It's the path of least resistance. Save your energy for more important battles. This is also about a blog about how he was talking about men's rights, by the way.
Oh, of course.
What a sad, pathetic piece of shit. Final quote, and this one's the most recent one. This one that got Dilbert Pearl from everything.
How those other ones didn't get Dilbert Pearl?
In this said, before I even get to the full quote, in this said video, he said he repeatedly referred to black people as a hate group or a racist hate group, and said he would no longer help black Americans. Ah, boy. Based on the current way things are going, the best advice I can give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Rest in peace, Scott. You pathetic human.
Before we move on to the books, I do want to say I want to give a hearty and round and deserved go fuck yourself to the Ford Motor Corporation. You fucking cowards.
Shout out to the guy for saying the truth.
Fucking cowards. You fucking
Can't handle
cowards.
the truth. Can't handle it.
Fucking cowards. Well, we know Ford donated to the Trump campaign, even if we don't have records, because clearly.
Oh, so I'll say it. Ford, you are also pedophile protectors.
Yeah. Fuck faces.
Well, Gerald Ford was a racist piece of shit anyway.
Yes.
So, I mean,
yeah, he helped the Nazis.
yeah, so fuck them.
Yeah, so is it really that far-fetched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Read your history books.
Listen, everybody knows if you drive a Ford,
You know how many...
also have one of those SS
I don't
tattoos.
think the listener is ready for how many fucking drops I'm going to pull from that one clip
Oh, God.
of just him being...
Read your history books. You'll
That
learn
looks like
something.
a playbook to me.
And I said,
Finish it! Finish it!
I was
You should actually use some Jesse. We got...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I fucked it up. You're right. I do have this one.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
Or this one.
Why'd
I
you
ain't
break
got time to breathe.
Why'd you break those two up?
Oh.
Now I know where your kid gets that from. I don't know.
All right, it's time for comic books. And we're not going to be angry. We're going to have fun now.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
What's our first book, T-Bird? I got it. Don't you say it. That's what I was going to say. I don't know. I was going to let you pull it out of the thing before you... I fucked it all up. Battleworld number 4.
Number 4
is by Christos, Gage, and Marcos 2. T.O.
Yeah.
Not like T-O-O. Like, he did it too. It's like his last name is too. So what we learned from the previous... in this miniseries, the previous 3 issues, is that Korvac was making a new Battleworld, but it was a Battleworld that was patched together through different time periods and multiverses and everything, and it's kind of put together. So that's why we have, like, King Thor and, like, the 70s Luke Cage. And,
Yeah.
we have our Hank Pym and a young Wasp and, like, a newly newly new, young Bucky, a young Bucky, and a young Spider-Man.
Yep. So last we saw, they're confronting Korvac, and Hank is like, "I've got the Starbrand," and he uses it, and before he realizes it, he almost killed everybody.
Yeah, and that's because who was the fucking guy that they got the Starband from?
Ken Connell.
Yes. So and then that's when Korvac shows up, and they have their whole confrontation where Korvac's like, "I'm tired of you guys."
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Oh no, I want to talk about my favorite part of the book. I was like, "Oh, this is dope." No, and I did enjoy it, but yeah. So as me as being the Thor head, I was like, Thorhead, being a Thor guy.
Forehead.
Get it? Like forehead.
Hey.
Yeah, him and Luke Cage punching him. And Korvac's like, "You can't beat me, I'm a god." And then this whole thing is awesome, where he's like, "If you worship gods, make peace with them, and your end is nigh. Your arrogance has undone you." And then Thor says, as yours has, you coward. You separated me from my hammer, Mjolnir, when you brought me here, leaving it in my timeline.
Oh yeah, this part's cool.
How did I know? Because I called Mjolnir to me the moment I awoke here. And Mjolnir must always return to my hand. And then Korvac's like, "Well, no, it did, but it didn't." And he goes like, "You are mistaken. Mjolnir ever obeys, though hell itself bars the way. Mjolnir returns." As he's saying it, in the next panel, fucking Mjolnir is ripping through a portal. I'm like, that is fucking awesome. And then, yeah, he catches it through Korvac's fucking chest and then lights it up and then goes, "Now, Korvac, let's settle this as equals." And I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah. And then we cut to Bucky and Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like, "I'm not cut out for this shit." And Bucky's like, "You need to stop fucking doubting yourself.
Quit being a bitch."
You know what, man? I threw a grenade and killed a fucking bunch of people.
Jesus.
Get over it. No, he has a nice touching moment of being like, "Hey, I try to impress Steve, and and by doing that, I caused more reckless damage than I needed to, and like, you belong." Essentially, he just kind of gives him a speech of like, "You belong on the team. Stop treating yourself like this. Don't beat yourself up." And then they run into Spitfire, Christos, the Crystal Warrior, Britannicus Rex of Earth 99476, which is a hilarious reference, Sephi of Meridian, Arwen of Quinn, Justice, which is John Tenson, and then Devil Girl and Moon Dinosaur.
Justice is one of the new universe books.
So yeah, while they're fighting, and then we cut to Moonstar fighting Korvac and trying to give him the penance stare, but he's like, "Nah."
He just tears her a new one, basically.
He rips Ghost Rider from her body, essentially. And oh yeah, this shit where Storm and Thor team up for the light, where there's lightning off his hammer and shit. Oh, good shit. And then yeah, Thor's like, "Fear not, fair Janet, if my all power is returning, 'tis well within my means too." And as he's saying this, he gets turned into stone. And then yeah, Korvac rips out Ghost Rider from Moonstar, and Hank is still trying to fix the Starband to use, and Janet's yelling at him, being like, "What the fuck, Hank? Get your shit together." And then yeah, Miss Marvel tries to defeat Korvac, and then he makes her see like eternity, I guess. And then Wasp tries to make a deal with Korvac, being like, "Bring back the people that died so you can still have your little game." What did it say? Yeah, because Hank tries to use the Starband. Janet takes it away from him because she's like, "You suck.
You suck, dude."
And she says, "Give me my
You're
Hank,
a wimp.
not this bitch."
Yeah.
And yeah. She basically says, "Yeah, we'll play Battleworld if you bring everybody back and you give me my Hank, not this piece of shit."
Yeah, you fucker.
Honestly, fun book, man. I give it a B. I had a good time with it. I think I gave it such a high rating in my head just because the Thor shit was awesome, and I'm such a Thor stan or Thor head.
Well, first of all, Christos is fucking featured, which is cool.
I don't even know what that is.
Christos is this toy. The Crystal Warrior. Where the fuck is
Christos, the Crystal Warrior.
Well, it was a toy, and there was a
there.
yeah, Christos the Crystal Warrior. Spitfire is also a new mutant or a new universe book. Why is everyone here so scary? Devil Girl and Moon Dinosaur is a alternate version of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Britannicus Rex of Earth 99476 was from for years. The Excalibur book was just them in alternate universes trying to get home. But my favorite thing about these books is that you have, at the end, you have a couple pages where the guy writes out
like it has the panels from his scripts.
Yeah. So she's talking about how awesome is this page. Okay, Christos the Crystal Warrior first appeared as a toy in 1982 and debuted as a comic in 1983. Yeah, and then there's Spitfire and Justice. Yeah.
Are you ready to read Storm #1? That's the ad I see on the back of this. I kind of want to read the Inglorious X-Force book.
What?
There was an ad for the
too.
Inglorious X-Force.
I do too.
I was like, that's kind of interesting. So yeah, what do you give that? Battleworld #4.
I give it a B.
Fuck you. Come up with your own rating. I'm just kidding. It's a good book. I had fun with it, and I'm interested to see how it ends.
Interested to
See, it's like we talked about. That's an example of what I like about a miniseries like that, where it's just kind of this one-off thing, and it's just kind of everybody's just having a good time with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Oh, ha
Book number 2.
Book number 2. Yes.
DCKO.
I am book number 2.
Zantanna versus Harley Quinn by Leah Williams and Mirka Andolfo.
I just want to say, I think it's Jorge Corona and Sarah Stern that makes all like the main covers. And this one, obviously, we're also doing Harley Quinn versus Zatanna.
Oh, you went red? I thought I was gonna do Zantanna first, but okay.
But I think that they do both the main covers, and they are just really spectacular.
Oh yeah.
I think. Wait, hang on a second. Yeah, no, that's it. It's the what's his name and the what's his name.
You know.
The dudes. Jorge Corona. Okay, so I guess we're doing that one first.
Yeah.
We really don't even need to review them, to be really brutally honest.
Okay.
No, we're going to, because they both have their own ways of like doing their stuff. Harley Quinn, Zatanna, they're friends. Red Hood Joker, which we will get to in a moment. Joker killed the Red Hood when he was Robin, so there's a little different thing. I think the Harley Quinn Zatanna one starts off almost comical, but then it gets brutal real quick. Because Harley Quinn's like, I gotta kill you. Mm-hmm. I gotta kill you to move on. What are you doing? What do you got? What do you got? You didn't like it.
I read this and I read both the DCKO books back to back, but so my issue with it is it's so predictable on the like when you do the best of 3 stuff, it's predictable because you're like, okay, we know one's gonna win this round and another guy's gonna win this round, but how are we gonna do the third round? Because it's always a run to the third round. You know, I've watched pro wrestling. When you have a 2 out of 3 falls, one guy gets a fall, the other guy gets a fall, then you have the big finish at the third pin. Same thing here. However, while I think it's predictable and kind of meh about it, the writers of these books are talented, and they understand that as well. Yeah. And I think I like
style in this one is kind of anime almost, which I like.
Yeah, and what I like about this book versus while they are very very similar, they're different. Where because all these books really are character books if you think about it, and with how Harley Quinn and Zantanna fight in this, it is so much different than that other issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And because this is an interesting aspect of like how, because the writers are smart and they know what they're doing, and like how can I continue this narrative forward, and how can I keep the reader interested? Okay, well let's put it as one character knows they're fucked, but they're gonna push this other character because she's 100% right. And also, when did Harley Quinn become fucking Deadpool? That's my biggest critique of this book. When did they start making her break the fucking fourth wall? Is it because of that fucking HBO show? Because I've never remembered Harley Quinn constantly breaking the fourth wall.
What HBO show?
The Harley Quinn show.
Oh, the cartoon.
With Kaylee Kuko or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
But, like, I never
I tried
remembered her
watching
breaking the fourth wall like this. And she does it a lot in this book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this does not beat the Deadpool comparisons at all. But, like, that's the one that I was annoyed by of this book. But overall, I had a good time with it. So, like, the whole premise is Harley Quinn is like, well, you can cast magic, and I have a hammer.
So I'm going to kick your ass before you can cast magic.
So the first fight, she punches her in the throat multiple times, so she can't, because how she casts spells is she speaks things backwards.
Which is so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Also, reading any book where Zantanna is in it is really irritating because when she casts spells, I'm not going to go to the mirror and look, so I got to figure it out. And it takes me forever because every writer does it different. Like on the front cover, what does it say? Bat into butterflies, right? On the front cover, the front. Bat into butterflies, right? Yeah. Backwards? Okay, but how does it go? It goes, here. It goes, like, get you give it here.
Butterfly,
Just
stop it. You're wasting time. I'm just kidding. So,
it's bat into butterflies. Now, if you're reading it, some writers do it the opposite way. Like it's all backwards. So there's no, like, Zantanna is, as much as I like the character, I can't stand the character. It's so dumb. So many dumb, like, we got to do this for this. And like, no, we don't. Break that, please. Just make her a magic user. What the hell? Right?
Yeah. So Harley wins the first round. And then we get into the second round. So the second round, and they will say this in the other book as well, you choose your form. So then she's like, ooh, dress up time.
That was in the Lobo Wonder Woman too.
Yeah. All of them have the choose your form, and then the last one is choose your arena.
It's as much as I was like, oh, cool, each one will be different, you made the point off the air, and you're right. They're formulaic as hell.
Yeah. Bad guy wins first round, good guy wins the next round. Wins every other round.
I think it's whoever's going to win loses the first round. Yes.
Because they every single one of them they underestimate their opponent. And like, really?
What?
These fucking people have been interacting with each other for fucking decades. And you don't think they would So anyway, we start the second round and it's like in a video game. And then Zantanna's like, no more tricks. She's like, I'll beat the shit out of you with my bare hands. So she starts fighting her. And then she stabs Harley in the thigh.
That's my favorite is when they just start knife fighting.
Yeah, so then she stabs Zantanna. And
thigh
then
for a thigh.
Bam, 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 bam. And then eventually she beats up Harley enough to knock her out. KO. So then we go to round 3, and then it's like Harley mentions it as well. When they win, they could feel the Omega energy flowing through them every round they win.
Yeah.
So now it's choose your form. So the second one was they choose the arena. Now it's choose your form. So then Harley's like, well, maybe I'll fucking cast spells too. So she dresses up like Zantanna. They fight. She casts spells.
Big magic gun.
Big magic gun. Curse chains. And yeah, I had to stop and look at it for a second. So she's actually casting spells like Zantanna. So now it's a magic fight. So now it's fair. And then she creates a magic gun that pushes Zantanna to a part where she like essentially just like Phoenix, like big flame.
She loses her shit.
She hulks out, stealing from Marvel there, and blows up and kills Harley. And Harley says, hey, I knew you were going to win. This was an unfair fight. You have a real chance of beating this, and I was trying to push you to do that. And go fucking win it, is what she says. And it's like, it's so funny that like you read a superhero book like this, and it's so much like a sports thing where it's like, I know these like it's like at the end of a game where you're like shaking hands and you're like, hey, go win it all.
Well, and then she's like, who's next?
Yeah.
Like, you're Zantanna.
But no, I love that where she's like, I believe in you, go get it. Also, that she's not dead. Nobody's ever dead.
No.
So the next DCKO book, Joker versus Red Hood, written by Scott Snyder and Josh Williamson, and then drawn by Dustin Nguyen and Giuseppe Camincoli.
Dustin Nguyen, Giuseppe Camincoli, Mark Morales.
Not all of them. Also, can we stop with this horse shit? I hate when they fucking have different artists in the middle of a book like this. It annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, if you're pumping out so many books that you have to have like, hey, I can't do a
We
whole
need
book.
2 writers
this
and
many,
2 artists on this.
Then you need to fucking stop pumping out so many fucking books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dick faces.
Yeah.
Well, their excuse, I guarantee you, was like,
There's
there's
just bigger issues.
there's 3 parts because there's 3 rounds, so we can have 3 artists.
You were 100% right. That's the mentality. But meanwhile, these other books, well, that one's different because it's a Joker Red Hood. Everybody's going to want to read this.
I got to be honest. The more I read this book, the less entertained I am by it.
Because I poked a hole right through it.
No. Before you even said anything, I knew there was flaws in it. But you take it and start it off there.
So while I liked the difference with the Zantanna and Harley Quinn one, was that was a friend pushing another friend to their fullest abilities.
Well,
this is pure hatred.
This is also the preview that's in that's in a couple of books last month.
The first couple pages.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, well, I got to read it now. And honestly, look, for those of you who don't know, the Joker in the 80s killed Jason Todd
because everybody hated him.
Who was Robin? No, actually, there's been they've done research and done some backtracking and looked back on it.
DC just did that.
No, there's the thought that some people were spamming the vote. That there was one phone number in particular that had like $100 worth of calls to the phone line. You know what I mean? So it's like there were people setting up like call automatic dialers and shit. So yeah, this isn't new. It's just
no. I mean, the book
faster with
starts
the
off
internet.
great because it's like, my name is Jason Todd, and I'll tell you a secret, something I've never told him. Because now at the end, why the fuck not? Here it is. Sometimes when people look at me, even my friends and family, especially my friends and family, I feel like they don't see me. Instead, they see him, and it's an eyeball of Joker. And then he talks just how it's all delivered, but he's like, his achievement, the crown on the clown prince of crime. Well, no more. In this arena, that ends. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Ultimately, like, to put a... We'll go through the book, but to put a bow around it before we do that, it is a story of Jason Todd saying, I'm not just what happened with the Joker.
I am my own man.
I'm more than that. But ultimately, Joker wins, so it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway.
Okay, first of all,
but I like the idea.
Somebody needs to talk to Scott Snyder and explain to him how people are murdered and how bodies work. Because this fucking fight starts with these two having a knife fight, and he sticks a knife through the back of Joker's head through his mouth.
Which is where, like, the cerebral cortex is.
The softest part of your fucking head.
Yeah, like right here. Like, that's where your spine is. You're dead.
He's dead. He's dead. But the whole time he's talking about how fast Joker is and surprisingly good at hand-to-hand
unpredictable because he doesn't care if he dies. And there's some neat parts to this book. Don't get me wrong. When they're first,
the art's great.
When they're first fighting and he's talking about why he beat Batman so much.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. Like, that makes sense to me because he is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because he always fights as if he has nothing to lose.
Yeah. Because he doesn't care if he dies, he still wins because you broke your rule. So then he gets chased into the Ace Chemicals place from where Joker became Joker, and he shoots him with a gun that Bruce tried to make that would like get rid of the Joker toxin, but he reverse engineered to just make him worse. So he has like mouths on his fucking body and stuff. I was like,
that's kind of cool.
I was like, whoa.
And then Jason Todd gets killed in a vat.
So then he gets tripped into the vat and then dies in it. Because Joker essentially says, like, I'm the only one that could have survived that.
But he breaks his own neck, which is just like the Joker in The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Which is kind of a cool callback, a little bit. And I do like the whole, like, I'm the only one who would have survived that. Everybody else dies.
Yeah, there was no too much for him, no bottom, only for everyone else, only for me. The best part is, like, and you, Jason, you're just not that special. So Joker wins round 1 because the bad guy has to win the first round. That's the mandate from fucking DC. So then, because, hey, Tyler, give me your head. I'm going to hit you with fucking symbolism.
Okay.
We can't get over the fucking crowbar. So we go back to when Jason Todd was murdered, because of course we would. But I do like the paneling's great, and it looks like I love I hate
it looks a lot like
mixing artists, but I do love that they made him look like the Killing Joke, like that Joker of that era.
Mike Mignola, I believe,
Yeah.
drew the art on the issue where he dies, so it's very much in the style of Mignola, and I like how they did.
So
that.
they have a fight, and he starts to beat him like he did in originally, but then Jason stops him, and this is the moment where I'm like, this is where I really like it, where he says, no fucking, it's Jason Todd reclaiming his identity. And you're right. That's the best thing about this book, where like the best thing about the Harley, Quinn, and Zantanna book was like that moment of like, I'm your friend and I'm just trying to push you to be your best. Whereas this one is like, I'm owning my trauma and I'm not letting I'm not
facing it head on.
I'm not just Robin. That died. I'm not Joker's achievement. Like, I am my own man. And so yeah, he throws Joker into the bomb, blows him up. He wins round 2. So then round 3, it's choose your form. And then he decides, I'm not going to, like, they talk about the Red Hood and how it wasn't just Joker who wore it and him who wore it. It was like a myth of that time. So they have a knife fight in a graveyard.
Joker chooses
Red Hood versus
the
Red
original
Hood.
Red Hood.
He wore
which
his
is cool.
Yeah, so it was like Red Hood versus Red Hood. And then he takes the Red Hood and beats Joker with it in the shallow grave. And drops it, thinking he beat Joker to death. But then we hear thump, thump, thump.
That's because in all of the promotional materials for KO number 3, Joker's in it. So clearly Joker wins.
I mean, he's out of the tournament, but
no, he won that.
It says KO on Joker. No, I know what you're trying to say, that he technically wasn't dead, but
Look at the bracket.
that makes no sense.
Joker wins.
No, how would have Joker won that fight? No. Time out.
I
No.
agree.
I
agree.
Listen. No. You fucking cowards. God damn it. Write a fucking... No, I'm serious. DC. And I'm not talking about Scott Snyder. I'm talking about DC themselves, you fucking pussies. In what world does Joker win that fight, you fucking morons?
Oh, I think you're missing the point, which is my point when we first started.
None of this shit matters.
Exactly.
None of it matters.
Thank you for giving me a really awesome, empowering Jason Todd story, and then fucking it up with the ending because it doesn't matter because Joker wins anyway.
Even though it says KO over his head and he's in a shallow grave, we just have to keep him alive.
You couldn't do Jason Todd killing the Joker and then dying himself.
No.
That's a fine ending.
Taking the mic out of the stand. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Stand up.
I'm going to tell you something right now. As a longtime reader of Batman and lover of the character, I'll tell you what's going to happen. That fucking night fight series is going to end, and then somehow Batman's going to show up at the end of this story and fight the Joker again.
Duh.
Because God forbid we give some closure to a character because we're DC and we have to drive these characters on the fucking ground, so we can't let them have any sort of character development.
They're not real.
God,
people.
you don't want to know what?
They're not real people.
You know what? I'm grateful. I am grateful that you want to do these events so I can talk about it in this way. Every fucking comic book event that I see, it's all dog shit. Stop lying to yourself and telling you any of this shit's good. It's not.
Wait till you see all the ads for The Origin of the End. Armageddon, 2026, July.
The origin of the end? The beginning of the end? So every story? God.
You're so funny, dude.
God, I read...
What?
I'm so angry I can't even speak. You know why? Because I'm going to give you a great example. The next book we're going to read is a great example of why comic books should be... I know we haven't gone to read it yet. Of why comic books work best like a movie. Like a miniseries, a movie.
Yes.
Just like I've always said, books work best as TV shows. Comic books, like this kind of style, works best. Make it like a movie. Because of that Joker thing, I was going to go a little bit lighter on that. I give that a fucking D. No, I'll give it a C because I did enjoy the story, but you're right. It doesn't matter. Sorry, go on.
Take the artists and writers out of it, and I'm giving it an F. I'll give a C for the artists and the writers because they tried. They tried to make a purse out of a sow's ear.
I just, and you know what? I can't let DC off the hook with this because we bashed on Age of Revelation. I'll bash on the DCKO shit too because come the fuck on.
It's a fun idea, but then you just fuck it up. Do you remember the amalgam? Okay, do you remember when back in the 90s you weren't around, or you mean you were?
Well, the
around,
Marvel DC book. I know what you're talking about.
Right, and they
Dark Claw. Remember?
Well, no, it was they actually had one where they before that. Where they had a fight between Superman fought the Hulk, I think, and Wolverine fought Lobo. Do you remember reading about this?
Which is funny because why would you fight with two characters that can't die?
Here's the dumbest part. Yeah. The dumbest part.
But you know what
it was 3 pages, and 2 of the pages were a picture of a bar with sound effects because they had gone behind the bar to fight. No shit. No shit. And then Wolverine comes out because he won. They couldn't even draw. Yeah. You couldn't even give me a fight scene. You fucks. All right, let's go some more.
Again, I want to be clear. It is from a place of love. I love comic books. And it's
but I hate what they're fucking doing.
They're holding themselves back. You know what I mean?
Fucking jerks. Let's go.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Take a break.
So, we are reviewing Beta Ray Bill, which is a 5-issue miniseries back in 2021. Written and drawn by favorite of the show, Daniel Warren Johnson. Wow.
Daniel Warren Johnson came upon a giant mountain. And he said, I'm going to draw it. Then he said, I'm going to smash it. Daniel Warren Johnson, yeah.
Someone needs to get this to him. Because that's not your fucking ringtone, man. Hopefully I hope he does a con close to here because I'm going to isolate that. And I'm going to put music behind it.
Wow.
Because I want him to draw us.
Yes!
But way more muscular than I really am. Beta Ray Bill.
I'd be fine if he
Because let me tell you something.
I'd be fine if he drew me looking like Pip.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Beta Ray Bill looks like a fucking unit in this book. Absolute unit. So this is a 5-issue miniseries back in 2021. So it's important to know this is also around the time of that Thor was transitioning, was still being written by Donny Cates and being transitioned over to Al Ewing, and all that. So
decided to just fuck it all up.
So this is Thor when he is the Herald of Thunder, dealing with Null and the Long, which God, what's old is new again, because it's funny that I'm reading a book from by this year it'll be 5 year old now, 5 years, and there's already fucking ads for Null coming back, and I'm
it came out today, and I didn't buy it.
Oh, you mean Null's coming back?
You're welcome.
You can't come back if you've been gone for 5 years. If you're gonna pull the Knowles back, maybe wait a decade or so. You have plenty of characters. Why? Fuck you.
You should be proud of me for not buying it.
I am, but I
thought about it.
I would buy it only to torch it on the show. That's the only reason to read it. So anyway, this is an interesting thing because we've talked about this series a lot, but we've never actually reviewed it on the show. And yeah, we've described. I've said it. You said it. How much we love this guy's artwork. But was this your first Daniel Warren Johnson book?
I think it was. Yeah, I think I told you about him, and I think that led you to power bomb.
Yeah, you mentioned this book. Well, it was his Transformers book. I was like, holy
That's
shit.
what led you. Yeah.
Well, and
maybe you knew about the Transformers before I knew about. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
He also has a
chicken or the egg, but
he has a Black Label DC Black Label book that I've mentioned on the show as well called Wonder Woman Dead Earth. That's really good, and I need to get a copy of it.
And of course, he drew that really awesome Absolute Batman story about the white
annual.
supremacists. And then he also did the really, really cool art where Batman
is choking
fucking
out
up an ICE agent.
which is more. I mean, great example there. Ice kills people. Batman doesn't. Just saying. So anyway, it's funny because I'd heard so much about this book, but I read his Transformers book, the first volume at least, and then I read Do a Powerbomb, which is fucking awesome. I have not read Murder Falcon. I've been meaning to read that.
Wow, that just sounds cool.
It's a book. Oh, you would love it. It's about heavy metal. Based on the shit I've seen, I'm like, this is a book we would review for the show. I need to get copies of Do a Powerbomb as well so we can review it.
Yeah, Dick.
I read it from the library.
Dick.
Support your libraries while they exist. So yeah. Anyway, this is a 5-issue mini.
You think we're joking?
And I talked about it earlier in the show, but this is what I want out of something like a mini series for a character that I'm not super familiar with, and I think he does a really good job of diving just enough into his lore, the character's lore, and to get me up to speed as someone like I know the story of Beta Ray Bill. Of him showing up on Asgard, being worthy of Mjolnir, and like the whole fight, and like the whole story of how Odin created him, Stormbreaker, and all that stuff. But in this point of this continuity, Marvel continuity, Thor has destroyed Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And Beta Ray Bill, the whole journey of this story is him trying to get his hammer back. How Beta Ray Bill got his hammer back, but
well, there's more to it than that.
Oh, it's a character study, and it's great. I love it.
The horse face, as he's become known in Marvel circles, that's not his real true
form.
He's
very humanoid, like you and me,
right?
With no
and there's
nose.
a very, very powerful scene where he and Sif go back to his room during a celebration.
We'll get there. Yeah.
And she's like, so when are you going to change back? And he's like, I can't. And she's like, oh. And he's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I wanted to build to that. But anyway.
Fuck you.
Well, I mean, what I like about Daniel Warren Johnson is he's very, very, obviously very good at creating spectacle and action. And my God, the man knows how to draw wrestling moves, and he knows how to show a motherfucker getting power bombed. It's amazing.
Kind of knows how to draw everything.
Yeah, but
when we get to issue number 5,
but I think what
with the gun,
what works for I know we'll get there because we'll get there.
Let's do it now.
What I think he also does, and I think it's. I don't think we touch on. At least I don't think I touch on it enough when I'm reading his work or looking at it too. Is the subtleties of it, and like the first couple pages, it's like the beginning of the story is a flashback of when they came to take him to perform the experiments to turn him into the horse face. Yep. And the thing you see is his mom holding his face and says, "My boy," and then it cuts to him looking sad with the horse face now. And looking sad.
They
and I'm like,
show
of all the shit that like even like that quickly, I'm just like, damn, like we forget about the beating heart that is throughout all of Daniel, because Daniel Warren Johnson's books have a lot of heart. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
They show at another point. Well, we'll keep going.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
So
this whole first issue, he is now. Thor is dealing with being the Herald of Thunder, so Asgard is under the protection of Beta Ray Bill at this point. And they batten down the hatches. They're expecting the King in Black Null, but instead they get fucking Fing Fang Foom in the first issue. And so he's fighting, and the whole issue, I again...
A symbiote. Fin Fang Foom.
Yes, he is controlled by Null at this point. Yeah, because he's got the little spiral on his forehead. And so he's this big black Fing Fang Foom, and he's fighting
Look at the giant fist come through the fucking...
Boom!
Yeah.
Again, I will say it a million times. I love how this motherfucker writes onomatopoeias. I love them so much.
Well, okay, so he's got something special going on in the respect that Mike Spicer is the color artist, but... he does everything. He's the writer and the artist, so he gets to write all of the shit. And just like this giant spread of Fin Fang Foom is just. But then, I mean,
You know what I would want? I want a giant size of this fucking book. Do you know what I'm talking about?
When he just starts ripping people to shreds and like,
well,
yeah.
no, come, yeah.
Yeah.
This one got me, like this image, because it's funny.
Yeah,
because he's laughing.
Yeah,
and you just see his very like,
he's got a
literally
dude in his mouth.
ripping a
Yeah,
dude, like, oh god, he's really good at drawing ugly, grimy fucking things. It's just he's really good at drawing monsters, and look how ugly he is with his big ugly buck teeth. Like I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So essentially, what happens is Beta Ray Bill is trying his hardest to stop him, but he can't. And then Thor comes in last minute to save the day, showing him up. And they're like, "Oh, Thor's here!" Blah, blah, blah. And this is the okay. I had heard the hype about this book, and I love Daniel Warren Johnson's work, so I was really into it. But like, it's the subtlety of this book. As much as I love a gigantic a spaceship-sized handgun that shows up later in this book. It's the little things of him getting emasculated by Thor when you really take for granted in this book, because this book is big and bombastic and awesome and everything we love about comics, right? Yeah. But at its core, again, there's so much heart, and you start to I felt for him. He's like, he got his ass kicked. He tried his best, and then Thor just shows up on a whim and and then he's literally getting chicks, and of course he feels lonely, he feels ugly, and then that scene that we talked about earlier when they start to hook up because they have a history together, but he can't turn back and he just leaves because fuck. And then we flash back to him as a kid, going back to the beginning of the like before he's having the procedure.
That page is so cool when he's looking at Scuttlebutt.
Yeah, and then we find out that that's when we learn that he gets Scuttlebutt as a companion, and he's looking at his massive ship, and
so cool.
And then again, this great moment, like I just why does Marvel do shit like this? Why do they get a really talented creator, a really talented artist, and they give him a mini series, and then like I love shit like this. They need to do more of this. I just you see how good this is, and you're like, why can't you guys keep doing shit like this? So he's like, Bill, where are you going? Like he's like, because Bill's like, I'm leaving Asgard. I don't want to be here right now. Everybody wants fucking hot dog and glory loving Thor. I'm out of here.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
I was doing you're hot dogging. I was doing the Macho Man promo. So I have no. So he goes. He's like, I'm leaving far away. He's like, what? Why? He's like, how could you not know? Like, you're supposed to be my friend. Like, how can you not know? I revel. Whenever I revel in my own victories, you are there to take the glory. Always I've been second to you. The mighty Thor casts a long shadow. And then he's like, I have no control of that. I am who I am. He's like, yeah, but it was you that broke my hammer. Dude. And it was the one thing that let me feel like my old self. And it was the one thing that, and like he's like, you don't fucking get it because you're Thor. You've always had it easy. You've always looked great. You know, you don't understand. But then it's like it's the last page of it. He says, I'm gonna go talk. He's essentially saying, I'm gonna go find Odin. I'm gonna find myself. Mm-hmm. And that sets forth the whole. And again, it's a simple premise. It's Beta Ray Bill needs to get his hammer. Yeah. So then issue 2. Oh, by the way, Pip shows up and wants to talk to him. He can't talk to him, and then he shows up in issue 2 on the Scuttlebutt. He snuck onto the Scuttlebutt with Beta Ray Bill.
So one thing, okay.
First
we start off with
that image. Holy shit! Yeah, the splat. The
Beta
double
Ray
smash.
Bill playing himself in ping pong.
Yeah,
which is just great.
And a t-shirt and hat.
Yeah, and then this whole thing, like that's just
that, and what you talked about in the last issue, where it was like this is the advantage of having.
You see him at different places running through the.
This
ship.
is the advantage of having a writer and an artist, where he can do a double plate smash like that, where you're watching him walk throughout this giant. Like, oh man, shit like that.
Yeah.
Again, Daniel Warren Johnson
he fights Scourge first.
He knows what makes a comic book fun.
Yeah. And Scourge is one of my favorite characters. Yes, you are correct. I did die and finally made my way to Valhalla. But there is one problem with that place.
Boring.
There are no guns.
There's no guns. Dude would love America.
You be right. Swords, knives, bows, staffs, but no guns.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna come with you, man.
He said,
I
I spoke to the Valkyries, and they said I can help on this quest for you to get your weapon.
I don't need a warrior scourge. Bah, if you're going on an adventure, you must have a warrior. I'm not going to fight. I only need information. I need to find Odin. And I know where he is. See? Useful.
Yeah. So
he's his wingman.
I couldn't help but hear him as Carl Urban the whole time from Ragnarok. So they go to the bar and they get into a fight because someone's like, "Ew, your horse face is scaring my girlfriend." So they get into
and
a
the
bar
dude
brawl.
just slaps him
He
down.
fucking clotheslines a dude, and then Odin shows up with
this one. Boom.
Yeah, Look, that's another thing. Daniel Warren Johnson knows how to draw just absolute units. Like, look at the veins popping out of his arms.
Energy in his art is just undeniable.
Yeah, whap. And then
they're just beating the shit out of everybody.
I'm gonna turn you into glue.
Yeah.
And then
'cause he's a
Odin
horse
shows
face.
up with a fucking keg, and he's like, "What's up?"
Because he's running a bar.
Yeah, that's where he's hiding out. While he gave rule of Asgard to Thor, and he's like, I don't have the magic to turn you back into your. I don't have the magic to make Stormbreaker again.
Yeah.
And then Beta Ray Bill's like, all right, well then what do I do? And he goes, you go to Muspelheim.
Muspelheim.
That's how they pronounce it in the God of War game, and they speak.
Yeah, well, is God of War Marvel?
No.
Muspelheim.
That's not. Well, then they don't
give it here.
No, in proper let me make a point. Proper Norse mythology. In proper Norse mythology, it is Muspelheim.
No, it isn't. Give it
You
here.
don't know shit. You're
Give
not
it
a
here.
historian.
I'm Norwegian, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. So that gives you just right to know everything.
Give me the book.
So then, why can't I fucking do it? Why do you got to do it? You own it. You can do this at any time.
Muspel.
That's not how it's pronounced.
So they go to this place. You fuck.
They go to hell.
Yeah, basically. They have Pip and Scourge, and they end up going to this giant gate.
Well, they find out that Twilight is the blade that can give him the magic to turn him back.
Which is Surtur's sword.
That destroyed his planet. Surtur destroyed his planet. So
there's Asgardians that literally do nothing but not let people out.
Yeah.
But if you return with that blackness, you will be confronted by us and taste our steel. Do you understand us, Corbinite? The name is Bill. Beta Ray Bill.
As he's putting on
Stand aside.
Thunk as he's putting on his helmet.
And they go down through the into the thing, and they're like, "Holy shit!" And because they're in a sorceress type place,
a realm
with a lot
they're
of
not
magic,
used to.
Scuttlebutt turns into a lady.
It takes a robotic form,
hot lady,
humanoid form,
hot lady.
I didn't read all the beta male thing at the end there, but I did read.
Most of it is just stuff talking about how much he loves Walt Simonson because Walt Simonson rules.
Well, he mentioned he's like, I didn't think about how hard it would be to draw him.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, he interviews Walt in one of them.
And he mentions like the first thing I didn't think about when I started doing this was like how hard it would be to draw his head, which would not be easy. Because I'm not an artist either. So I can tell you, as someone who's not an artist, it looks like it'd be difficult. So this one picks up with them in
Fire Forever.
Yeah,
Fire Forever.
As them in Muspelheim.
Muspelheim.
And let's meet in the middle.
God, no.
At Musi.
They're in hell. So it's totally like a Star Wars thing because they send them to the guns. Because they're getting followed by a bunch of fire
of course,
dudes.
Scourge is like, fuck yeah. He's like,
yeah.
And he's shooting down the demons.
Yeah.
That suspiciously look like parademons, Daniel.
Right. But then Scuttlebutt realizes the best thing she can do is go down through the lava.
Yeah, so she turns the spaceship into a boat.
Mm-hmm.
But she also mentions that like we don't have long with this because it's already tearing through my hull, like tearing through the hull. Yeah, so they try and ride this lake of the lava into this little area to get to the blade.
Yes.
So they eventually get out. It takes everything Scuttlebutt has, but they get out of there, and they get to where they need to go.
Well, first they plan on it. and then she's like, she shows up. And she's like,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah.
I know things are a little awkward. I might have an idea to break the ice." And they play.
They play ping pong together. Yeah.
This part's really cool. Wow, you're
Yeah.
not bad. I've watched you play a lot. Yeah, because she's his ship.
She's been there the whole time.
Right.
He was. This was a part of his procedure. Was he was going? He got. She's been there since he became Horseface.
Yeah.
Essentially, and yeah, no, that's one thing that surprised me about this series is, again, that with all of its spectacle and violence and funness, like there's so much beating heart in here of like truthfully, it's really a story about Scuttlebutt and Beta Ray Bill connecting. And it's about Beta Ray Bill finding himself, but it's also the story of a friend helping someone reach their full potential.
Who's having trouble.
Yeah.
Who's struggling.
Yeah.
And another friend saying, "Hey, I've been through it."
And I'm here to help. You don't have to tell me you need help. I know you're help.
She turns its place into a records room. She's captured
She
all of his...
She loves him.
Yes. She makes him this really cool axe. Polycarbon nanite steel, mini power thrust action, latching alternate blade attachments.
And he could throw it and call it back like he can with Stormbreaker.
And then they get up there and some shit's going on. They're getting attacked again, and Scourge is just having a fun old time. And that's when Scott realizes, hey, the best thing I can do. Look at this.
Yeah. He
throw.
I love how the onomatopoeia throw, thonk, catch, thonk,
thonk.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Catch.
That's what I'm talking about. The the trail off of the.
And then they realize they have to go down through.
They have to go. It's at the very bottom of the realm, essentially.
And then they find this gigantic thing, and what is that?
Yeah. So the next issue picks up with another flashback, and it's it's a nightmare of Bill seeing himself in the mirror, like he's back in his normal self. And
they show what they did to him.
Yeah.
It's God,
and
grotesque.
Yeah. So then Scuttlebutt wakes him up. And he's like, I don't know what happened once we got through there. It just kind of went black. Yeah. And then they find out they're in the, like a giant like squid thing is around him.
So what everybody needs to know before we continue, we're in issue 4 now.
God damn. German suplex. Look at that. Yeah.
Well, we need to make clear. Beta Ray Bill, his people, the Corbinites, Surtur was trying to wipe them out.
Yeah.
And so this is... There's a lot of subtext. There's a lot of subtext with him having to go to Muspelheim to get Surtur's sword.
He has to go to the thing that destroyed everything for him.
Yes, because
to reclaim himself.
Because while he did fight him off for a while, Surtur eventually did destroy all the Corbinites.
And that's how he ended up on Asgard.
No, they were still around when he showed up on Asgard first.
But so she is Scuttlebutt's trying to get the system back online, and as that happens, there's a flashback of when Beta Ray Bill and Thor first met and fought each other. Will you yield, warrior? And then you just see wham, grab, crack, as he does a fucking German suplex. He's like, only in death. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling for this character, and I didn't even care about them before this book. And so, no, I've always had an affinity for old Horseface. And then, so this is what I love. And this issue 4 is really Bill dealing with his trauma. Mm-hmm. And again, at its core, yes, if you break it down to simple terms in a jokey way, it's how Beta Ray Bill got his hammer back. But it's more than that. It is a story of dealing with trauma. It's a story of facing that trauma head on. It's a story about, a friend just being there and saying, like, I'm sorry I didn't do more, but I'm here now and I want to help. You know, it's like, it's such a beautiful story and making me tear up just thinking about it. Like, it's such a, God damn, man, for all that shit, that's what it is at the core. And it warms my heart because, like, I never would have thought about Beta Ray Bill.
At the core of this story, which is so large and boisterous and loud and everything. At the core of it is a story of somebody dealing with their trauma.
Dude, this issue 4 tore me to pieces, man. Like, when he was like, the smell, I remember it. Bill, I think in order to keep us from getting to the room, it's choosing more upsetting recordings of mine. So they're coming from all the memories she had. Mm. And like what she talks about, what she's changed is like him on the operating table and them filleting him and disfiguring him to make him this warrior.
Yeah.
And Bill, we can keep going. And then this is the part that like was like, fuck. And I'm sitting there reading this book and I'm being like, I never thought I would be like feeling this much for this alien. And when he takes off the bandages and he just stares at the mirror and he's just angry and heartbroken and just punches the mirror. And like, oh man. So, and then this, fuck. And like his mom is seeing him and he doesn't get to, he can't even say anything. He just says, Mother, I, and then he has to go. It's like, fuck, man. This is a book about Beta Ray Bill, and I'm feeling this. Like, yeah. And then Surtur's fist breaks through, and we see him destroying the planet. And then, essentially, Beta Ray Bill snaps out of the whole thing and kills the thing that was in the storage room to be like, we got to get out of here. So he cuts his way out of the records room. They get power back to Scuttlebutt's ship, and they land where Twilight is. And then the ending to this issue is amazing. And again, another beautiful moment where Scuttlebutt pretty much professes her love for him and says, like, you're beautiful the way you are. And she's like, you're radiant, and you never needed a hammer or a sword to prove it. Basically being like, it's not too late. You don't need to do this. But he's like, no, I need to do this. And then, boom, fucking Surtur shows up. He's like, bitch, you thought I was just going to let you waltz right in here and take my sword? You got to earn it. And also, Twilight will not let him. He can't use Twilight either because of his last failure. He's not worthy.
Yes.
So, stop me if you heard this before. He's not worthy. So then, issue 5 is just a brawl. It is just Surtur and Beta Ray Bill and Surtur fighting for Twilight, and also it's Scuttlebutt, Scourge, and Pip of how they can help Beta Ray Bill win the fight. Oh, yeah, my favorite thing is they start fighting, and he slaps him, Surtur slaps him around, and then Beta Ray Bill goes, hey, stop being a little bitch. Yeah. Come down here and fight me like a man. Takes off his armor, and they're just going to fucking brawl.
There's 2 pages right here. There's just punching, and
then
this
knee
one
to the
right
face.
Here. Just block.
But the fact that Surtur just started chuckling and was like, all right, bitch, let's do this. And they just start brawling.
Scourge, wait, I need your help. Scourge, I have an idea, but it only works with you. Do you trust me?
God.
And Scourge is like, okay. And so they're trying to use the energy from the fight to re-power up Scuttlebutt so that she can do her plan. Meanwhile, like, Surtur pretty much is just kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Just beating the fuck
Beta Ray Bill
out
gets
of
a
him.
couple shots in, but Surtur, for the most part, is beating the shit out of him.
And so Pip comes along, and he's shooting him, and Pip just ends Pip.
Yeah, he sticks his fist through Pip, and Beta Ray Bill's like, no!
And he's got the giant fucking thing of explosives tied to his arm.
Yeah, so he blows off
his arm, right? And he's just throws him down and just chops him into the fucking...
Oh, let me see this.
Yeah.
Let me see this. This is where I'm like...
Turn a page before he uses the actual thing, grapple.
Yeah.
Grapple.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a few artists out there that I think play especially to my heart. And I've never met them. I probably never will meet them, but they just get me. And, like, this shit right here is the shit I love. When he's like, you have destroyed worlds, and grabs this motherfucker's arm, cranks it like he's going to do a pump handle slam, because he is. And that's what, you know what? We don't have... Daniel Warren Johnson's cracked the code. You got artists out there, you need to draw superheroes doing wrestling moves because it's badass. Because he took him, hoist, he literally says grapple, hoist, jump, and just to do a top rope jump and impale that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
awesome!
And he just goes, It just and they're like, yeah, look at that.
But of course, we realize Surtur is a god.
Surtur's a god, and he's a little bitch. And then the best part, arguably one of the best parts of the book, is you start to like right about here. You start to see Scuttlebutt walking to him, and you can see all the ship getting put back. Like she's literally carrying the ship to him, and you start to see it. I'm like, is that a fucking gun? Is what I said in my head as I'm reading it. It is. Because her Scuttlebutt's plan that only Scourge could do is she gets and she turns the whole ship into a gigantic gun.
Ka-chunk!
And proceeds to be like, here, pull the trigger.
Doesn't he cry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. There's a tear. And he's like, thank you, Scuttlebutt. Don't thank me. Just shoot the fire demon. Click. Kapow!
Just takes a chunk out of him.
I love that. The zap. Like, again... Onomatopoeias. Love it. Love it so much.
You know what I liked
Blows a giant
What I
hole
liked
in him.
about Daniel Warren Johnson is they told him, hey, this is how many pages you have. And he said, okay, I'll go ahead and turn 2 regular pages on their side and make extra splash pages for myself.
Because it's just...
Because I can't do it any other way.
There's no dialogue. It's just... Yeah, so then we just see, like, Beta Ray Bill just goes up and just grabs the sword and just whoosh. And you see he can wield Twilight now. And he's like, hey, the sword, it agrees with you, Carbonite. Carbonite. Ha! That would be, he's from Earth. And he's a rock.
What do you think it's called? Misselheim?
Mistletoe. And then he chops off fucking Surtur's head with Twilight. And he goes, that was for my home, and this is for me. And he turns him back into his old self. And yeah, that was beautiful. I was just about to be like, yeah, this was for me. I needed to find myself. And... they say their goodbyes.
Pip's not dead.
Pip is going to survive. And
I love when they come to take Scourge away.
yeah, Scourge is like, yeah, we did it. Because they're like, your mission's done. Come back to Valhalla. And then, yeah, it's just another beautiful end is we see Scuttlebutt. She rests her head on Beta Ray Bill's shoulder. And then we go to Pip waking up and seeing him. And he's like, I'm happy for you, Bill. You got what you wanted. You're whole again. And he stares out of the window, and he says, you're right, Pip. I couldn't be happier. And out on the other side, or stares out the glass, and on the other side of the glass, it's the horse version of himself.
And he looks sad.
Yeah. What a book. What a book, man. Yeah, and again, with all of its spectacle, it really is a story about finding yourself and facing your trauma and really the power of your support system and your and friends and love and I don't think I applaud, or maybe I do, I don't know, but I don't think we talk about enough of how much we should applaud, because we talk about how well done like romantic relationships are. I think that we need to get more praise for something like that with Scuttlebutt and Beta Ray Bill, of like a really beautiful, healthy representation of platonic love, you know, of two really good friends. And I think that's what really shook me at the core of this. Was like, man, like when she showed him this record room, and like issue 4. I mean, as much as I love issue 5 spectacle and the end of it, like issue 4 probably is my favorite, just because of that the whole Scuttlebutt Beta Ray Bill thing. And you know, you and I have talked about it. We love action, but man, it really, any story, it's always about characters, and it's always about those interactions and those quiet moments. So
yeah, but the action is fucking dope.
Fucking A+. Absolutely love that series. I gotta get a trade of it for sure. And hopefully at some point we get that Daniel Warren Johnson theme song going. And dude, if he swear to God, if he does Des Moines Con like this year or something, we have to go.
Yeah,
we have to.
Yeah, we have to. I'm sure they've announced it.
Oh shit! I'll like if he's doing something like at Minnesota or something, we'll find him.
We'll find you, man.
If you are Daniel Warren Johnson, if you are in the Midwest this summer doing the cons, let us know. We have a song for you.
Yeah, and he's just listening.
All right.
Okay, hang on.
Wait,
Des Moines Con, May 29th, 2026. Okay.
Sure, but they haven't announced anybody yet, right?
Yes, they have.
Oh,
it's
shit.
right here.
Let's look
Alan
at
Tudyk.
Ooh.
Barry Gordon.
Sounds familiar.
He was on voice actor. Billy West.
Oh, nice.
Fry and Ren and Stimpy.
Also Bugs Bunny.
Cam Clark, Jewel State, Firefly.
Yeah. I like how we're
Maurice LaMarche. No, he's the guy Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
Maurice LaMarche.
Yeah,
Pinky
yeah.
in the Brain.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Renee Jacobs, who did. Apparently, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one this year.
I'm not hearing a Daniel Warren
Rob
Johnson.
Paulson.
Ooh.
Sean Marr. Yeah, these are all like actors. Summer Glau. Wow. She's hot. Townsend Coleman. Taylor Labine.
It might be under
That's
artists.
it?
It might be under artists.
Yeah.
Like I think they put like comic book artists and like artists in general in a separate category. Because you're probably in like the celebrities. I'm so glad we're doing this on the air at the end of the show. I'm really glad we're doing
Exhibitors, artists. Okay, maybe. All right.
this. And I think they announced those later, maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't say
I mean, it
anything.
is January.
It actually is how you can get purchase exhibitor space. How much is it?
Too much. We can't afford that.
I'm just saying. $805.
Jesus.
Oh, additional exhibitor badge is $65. So it's $805 for 3 days. 29, 30, and
It's
31.
Daniel Warren Johnson. You're
Doesn't
losing the
say.
plot.
It doesn't say.
All right. Well, fuck you then. How's that? Good night, everybody.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.